Shalom. Shalom and welcome, my brothers and sisters. If you seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuwah, if you have come to accept Yahushua as our Mashiach, as our Messiah, then it is you I address, who I consider my brothers and sisters. This is Quick Words, end time things to consider. It is a message to those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in multitude mentioned in Revelation 7 and 14th chapter. Today is March 20th, 2014. My name is Symmanayah, and as I have mentioned before, this series, Quick Words, is part of Man's Final Steps sequence. With that said, this segment is entitled Crossing the Ocean. Crossing the Ocean. In the previous recording, my brothers and sisters, I brought to mind the need to pray and begin discussing the rivers which we will cross. In this segment, I will pick up by talking about the ocean, something that is very vast in size, in distance, and space. My brothers and sisters, allow me to present the following scriptures. Isaiah 11:12 reads, "And he shall raise a banner for the nations, and gather the outcasts of Yasharal, and assemble the dispersed of Yehudah from the four corners of the earth." That was Isaiah 11:12. Isaiah 43:5 reads, "Do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth." Jeremiah 23:3 reads, "Therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of all the lands where I have driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold, and they shall bear and increase." Consider these words, O Yasharal. Consider these words, you who will be among the children of obedience. You who will be among those gathered. Given what I just shared, there will be an ocean or oceans to cross in order to fulfill what is written. As I stated, I spoke in another recording regarding crossing river. Now let's consider various challenges we will face crossing an ocean. Whether it is the Pacific, Atlantic, the Indian Ocean, or another ocean, there will be those among the ranks of the gathered who will face crossing oceans or an ocean. If you are able to grasp these words, consider the size of these oceans. It will take time to cross them. There may be those crossing them via airplane, which of course would be quicker than by boat, and there will be those crossing via ships. Crossing by ships would naturally take more time than by flight, of course, and the challenges we face will differ. While many are excited to witness end-time prophecies begin to unfold more, many have become anxious about going to the promised land, but not many have given thought and considered the details necessary for fulfilling what has been foretold. There are those among us who have fears of flying on an airplane or who have never flown before, as well as those who have phobias or fears of being a passenger on a ship. Let us be mindful of such and pray that we are prepared to be used by the Spirit of Yahushua to comfort one another, strengthen one another, and watch as we move beyond our fears. Crossing the ocean by plane can take as long as 13 hours or more. And by ship, consider traveling the same distance as well, which is well over 6,000 miles. It will take over 3 days. Can you imagine a large group of people traveling by ships across an ocean on water for 3 days or more before reaching land? Can you imagine how traveling by ships across the ocean will result in looking out at the sea with no land in sight? Have you given thought to the motion of the seas? Whether the seas will be calm or rough during our journey if you are on a ship? Have you given thought to the closed space of an airplane as you fly across the ocean? Have you given thought to the many fears and phobias we will have to contend with during such travels? But be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. The Spirit of Yahushua will provide guides, leadership, instruction, and direction for us to endure our journey. Will there be people who will lose patience or rebel that may end up jumping or being purged from a ship during ocean travels? Will there be those constrained on a plane during the journey and purged once the plane reached land? My brothers and sisters, it is time we began discussing these possibilities. For on long trips, there will be communications and discussions. There may be disagreements. There even may be arguments that erupt. But know this, the discipline that is needed for us to reach our journey will be executed by the Spirit of Yahushua in or through those whom he has chosen to be our leaders, our guides during such journeys. I encourage you, it is time we begin discussing these matters. I am compelled to believe it is highly possible the gathering of the 144,000 in multitude will include many who will journey via ships. These words are not to instill fear, but to encourage preparation for such a journey as never before witnessed under the coming conditions will soon prove to be true. My brothers and sisters, end times are here. We will witness those among us who will be participants in this great gathering. It will include crossing the ocean. There will be those called to comfort one another, and there will be those chosen to manage the journey and build unity, improve worship and obedience along the way as the Spirit of Yahushua guides, orders, as his reproof and discipline continues to sharpen and perfect us as we are continually refined along this journey. Whether we believe this to be true or not, it will not stop the realities of what's to come. Consider these scriptures, as I end with often. 1 Thessalonians 5:4. But you, brothers, are not in darkness, so that this day should overtake you as a thief. And belief is the substance of what is expected, the proof of what is not seen. That's Hebrews 11:1. Hebrews 11:1. And Luke 21:36. Watch then at all times and pray that you be counted worthy to escape all that is about to take place and to stand before the Son of Adam. My brothers and sisters, consider whether or not you will listen, pray, study, seek to earnestly discern and understand, and be proactive versus being overtaken with unbelief and rebellion. I pray that none of us are overtaken. I pray that we do not fall into a position of ignoring that we will find ourselves experiencing crossing the ocean. I encourage you to begin these discussions amongst loved ones, for it will indeed be a diverse group, all with the same goal, to worship and obey the Almighty Father. It will be a humbling time, but it will be an encouraging time, for we know we will be living in such a magnificent moment as we are gathered and directed to a safe place. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to stay tuned as this series, Quick Words, a part of man's final steps, continues. Shalom, shalom, shalom.